Hello everyone, Luis Romero with RBS News Now. I'm excited to be joined by Miss Kathy Lawson. She is seeking re-election to Martinsville City Council, and we're going to be talking a little bit about what she hopes to continue in efforts to improve the city of Martinsville and the way of life here. So first of all, thank you so much for making the time to allow us to talk to you today.
Thank you for reaching out.
And tell us a little bit about Miss Kathy Lawson for maybe those individuals that haven't met you so far.
Okay, so I am currently a member of council. I have served non-consecutively 3 terms. I was the first female mayor ever to be elected in the city of Martinsville, which is quite an honor.
Right.
And since that time, I was elected mayor 2 additional times. So it was a very rewarding experience, and just serving on council, you meet so many wonderful people. Our city is filled with wonderful, kind, generous, loving people who, sometimes they just need a little extra hand. And, for me, it is about serving the people.
Absolutely. Before we dive a little bit more into the conversation, tell us a little bit about what Miss Kathy Lawson likes to do during the free time, the short free time that she does have. We know you, of course, for the parades. We know you for the flags, for the church functions and activities. But tell us, what are some of the other things that you partake in and enjoy to do?
Okay. Well, I am married to an absolutely wonderful man. Ralph is my husband of 36 years. He is a disaster manager for the American Red Cross. So, he's out there serving the people as well.
Right.
I've got 3 adult children, 7 grandchildren who sometimes keep me busy, especially during the holidays.
Absolutely.
But I volunteer for many organizations. Some are behind the scenes, some of them are, up front and vocal, like, the flags.
Right.
If the flags are out, I drove the truck. So, that's the thing that we do. The Exchange Club started putting the flags back out. The JCs used to do it back when I was a JC many years ago. And then the Exchange Club started doing it, and they've kind of teetered out some. So Ralph and I and some other volunteers, Skyline Tree Service has started helping us. So we're out on every flag holiday putting up 165 flags in uptown Martinsville. So it's beautiful to see the flags flying in the uptown area, and it just adds so much to our community to do that. Christmas cheer is near and dear to my heart. You've been over on Food Boxing Day. I've been serving that organization since the, mid to late 1980s. And that is an organization where we provide for those who need a little extra help during the Christmas holiday. And that one, it's special.
Right.
When you're in there boxing toys for children, and you think, or you may know, deep down in your heart, that this might be the only Christmas these children see, or if it's an elderly person, that the food box that we do is quite generous, that, this is going to tide them over for, several weeks. So Christmas cheer is one of my near and dear. I still do help with the parade, even though we passed that torch, to Star News back in 2016.
Right.
But I still do help them with the Christmas parade. I serve on the Southside Survivor Response Center board. I help with the United Way. I helped with a scholarship program. Just little things, but in addition to my church.
Right.
At church right now, I'm serving on our pastoral search committee, which is, it's hard work trying to find a pastor.
Right.
But different things within my church, I'm active in. So.
Absolutely. And again, one more question as we get back into the accomplishments and we talk about things that we want to see Martinsville move forward with. Tell us, why so much love for Martinsville?
It's all about the people, Luis. It's the people, and you have to have compassion And, I see things, I work in the insurance industry, and, sometimes we'll have a customer come in and things just haven't gone very well
Yeah.
for them. Or you might have an elderly client who you know that they need that little help. And with some of the organizations that I serve, I've been able to, behind the scenes, provide some assistance for that person. But it's just it's our people. It's our young people. We want to make sure that they have every opportunity available to them. Our school system has done a wonderful job in getting accredited. They're working with PH in dual enrollment, but not only just in dual enrollment, but also the trades that they've added. I mean, they have waiting lists for some of those trade programs out there, because not every young person, wants to go to college.
Yeah.
Some people that, they're ready to go into the workforce.
That's right.
And, learn and, make a living.
Right.
Is what they want to do. And then, we have people from all different walks of life in our community. It's learning about other cultures and other people's religions. And, that's one thing I do like to visit other churches and other religious, besides Baptist.
Right.
So, and it's out there fellowshipping with people, and that I love. I love the people.
Absolutely. And as we look to re-election, what would be a checklist that Miss Kathy Lawson has for things that you would like to either continue work on that you've started along with your council members, fellow council members, and things that maybe you would like to start, maybe an initiative?
Yeah.
I do let everyone know, you are one council member. This entire council member, you can't say I'm
No,
going to do
yeah,
this.
yeah.
It's got to be a vote. But what are some of the things that you're considering?
It's got to be a vote. Housing is very important right now, especially, you've got all the expansion in Pittsylvania County and Danville. You've got that casino coming in Danville. Housing is a huge issue, and we started adding housing before the current council.
Okay.
We I guess the first one was the Henry.
Okay.
I am a geek when it comes to some things, and I read the classifieds in the paper.
Okay.
And it was actually during my first term of council, and I'm reading the classifieds, and there is a foreclosure notice in the newspaper for the Henry Hotel, and I'm like, oh my gosh, we need to bid on this. We need to buy it.
Yeah.
And I picked up the phone and I called the city manager, and I'm like, the Henry Hotel is in foreclosure. We need to buy it.
Right.
and I think at first he was like, what did she just say? and then he's like, well, why do we need to buy it? And I'm like, well, because you want to have some say-so in the direction of your uptown area.
Right.
So, can we at least have a conversation about buying it? And as it turned out, we partnered with Harvest, and we were able to buy it at auction on the courthouse steps. And that was our first project in housing that I can recall. And since that time, we've we did the Chief Tassel building, and that was during COVID. That was really difficult for the contractor during COVID because some of the materials, he had a difficult time getting materials. But
getting them cost effective.
Yeah, but we signed the paperwork for the Aaron Street, the senior housing. That was signed also, during the COVID era. That's being built as we speak now, and that's going to be for senior housing. And then the lofts at Fayette Street are finished and rented.
Yeah.
And while some people think that rent is just outrageous, that rent is very reasonable for today's times.
For the working individuals.
It's called affordable housing. And that means that you're not spending more than 30% of your monthly income on rent. That's what qualifies as affordable housing.
Can we talk a little bit about, because individuals, one thing that I have heard from folks in the community that follow RBS News Now is the concern for the senior citizen, I guess, housing, because they may not agree with the term that's affordable. Is there more, I guess, I know we can't say everything, right? But is there some works or things that you would like to push for more of the senior focused housing?
Well, yes.
Okay.
You know, Aaron Mills is our first
Right.
project, and actually that developer, which is Landmark, they are interested in a parcel that the city owns
Okay, awesome.
for additional housing. And there's a program that I would like to see implemented in the city. I've made this suggestion.
Right,
Again,
yeah.
that, you know, we have a lot of citizens who live in older homes
Right.
that have older heating systems,
Fixed
that
income.
they don't have insulation, their utility bills in the coldest of the winter and the warmest
yeah.
of the summer are outrageous, and they're on fixed incomes. And I really want to see the city implement a program where we can set programs in place and connect these folks with opportunities that are out there to modernize their houses, to make them more energy efficient and more affordable for them to stay there, to independently
Right.
live. And there's lots of resources. I mean, the Department of Housing, I mean, gosh, they've got all kind of grants out there. There's one grant they have, if a person needs a ramp, yeah, they have a grant
Awesome.
where a person can get a ramp, and that particular grant program process is fairly quick. The Pittsylvania County Community Action partners with Martinsville and Henry
Yeah.
County. They have weatherization programs. So we just need, and we're, you know, restructuring a lot of things within the city. We've got an interim, gosh, I'm going to mess up the name, but basically community development. Aretha has given it a new name
Yeah,
because
yeah.
she's expanded what that department will do.
Right.
But we have someone coming in now in that position, and you know, we're getting staffing back up because staffing had fallen down to a low.
Okay.
And I'm really hoping that we can get this program set up during the course of the next, you know, 6 months, no later than 6 months.
Okay.
To get programs in place where we can connect people to the right people to get things done to make it more affordable for them to stay in their homes.
Absolutely.
That's very important to me, because a lot of people, they just don't know that there are resources, and
Okay.
but we just need to help you get there.
Absolutely. And what would you say with your tenure with the city council, your involvement in the community, which we've learned is extensive? What would you say are some of the other things that you contribute to your role as council member,
Yeah.
and some of the experiences that you bring to the table for your bid for re-election?
Yeah, I like to listen,
Okay.
and you learn a lot when you listen. I typically don't just make a comment without thinking very carefully about it, and I digest the situation, and I look at it from a feasibility standpoint of, is this something that we can do? You know, is it affordable? Is it going to benefit the community? Because, you know, it has to check all the blocks.
Right.
But I'm a listener, and I don't react. I want to make sure that I have thoroughly done my homework to make sure that the pathway that I want to see moving forward is the right pathway for us to go. And I talk to people. You know, you've got to have community input, and sometimes the community will tell you a different viewpoint, and you have to be open to understanding their point of view and respecting it. You know, just because someone looks at something in a different way doesn't mean that I'm right and they're wrong. That
Right.
by no means. And you have to open up your ears and listen. And that's one of the most important things for me. I listen, and I'm out in the community. I'm out in neighborhoods all the time, and people talk to me.
Absolutely.
Just, you know, that they just talk. And if you tell me something and they'll say, well, I would like to keep this between us, then
Right.
I'm not going to go repeat it. You
Right.
know, that if something is confidential, it's confidential. So,
Absolutely.
and I respect that and I honor that. But I believe in communication and listening first.
All right, so we're getting close to the end of the conversation.
Okay.
Any closing remarks? Anything that the citizens should know? And tell us a little bit of why they should vote for Ms. Kathy Lawson.
Okay. Well, Kathy Lawson has experience on council. I understand how government works. That was something that you really truly do have to learn because government is slow. Nothing moves real quickly with government. But I love the city. I love our citizens. You know, it's a great place to live and work and play.
Yeah.
Well, we have lots of opportunities in our community that a lot of folks don't understand that we have, and we have momentum that we've been building on, and we've got great things that we see coming down the pipeline, and I would just like the opportunity to continue working for the people to make this community everything that it possibly can be.
Again, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us and educating our viewers on why they should vote for Ms. Kathy Lawson.
Thank you, Luis, and vote Kathy Lawson on November 5th. So,
Thank you all
thank
very
you.
much for being involved and listening to what Ms. Kathy Lawson has to say. You know, we all have to be involved so we can have a say when it comes to government. So always encourage you to do early voting or actually vote on election day. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.